Derek Chisora worried for IBF heavyweight champion ahead of Wembley showdown. Daniel Dubois is just days away from putting his IBF heavyweight title on the line against Anthony Joshua at Wembley Stadium on Saturday, September the 21st. Apart from his fight against Alexander Usyk, it will be one of the biggest fights of Dubois' career. But fellow British boxer Derek Chisora says he's worried for the younger fighter. Derek Chisora says he's worried about Daniel Dubois ahead of his title showdown at Wembley due to the champion's lack of experience fighting in front of a big crowd. Dubois will put his IBF heavyweight title on the line against fellow British boxer Anthony Joshua at the biggest sports stadium in the country, with 96,000 supporters expected to be there in attendance to watch the bout. Speaking to TNT Sports at the Riyadh season grand arrivals, Chisora says he has doubts about whether Dubois will be overwhelmed by the experience at a sold-out Wembley Stadium. It's buzzing, he said. I'm just worried for Daniel because he's never boxed in front of people like this. He can either be so excited to come out or it might drain him. You never know. But AJ has been there so many times. But we don't know. We've got 4 or 5 days to find out. Chisora recently enjoyed success in front of a sold-out O2 Arena where he outclassed Joe Joyce in a bruising, gripping encounter in July. The 40-year-old understands what it takes to fight under pressure, and he is confident that Joshua will come away victorious on Saturday. I'm AJ all the way, he added. I've always been AJ all the way. AJ has to win it by a knockout if he wants to be a 3-time world champion. Chisora is excited about London being centre stage for one of the biggest fights in British history and suggests that the sport is in a good place. It's actually one of the biggest fights in just world boxing history. That's my opinion anyway. He explained, when they see Riyadh season, you expect it to be in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East and not bring it here. But now they've taken it international, and the first time we saw it in LA. I've loved it because I think the boxing side of it is amazing, because they want to bring all the fights to everybody. If it's too hot in Saudi, they'll bring it to your own neighborhood. And right now, we've brought it back home to the garden, which is Wembley. Meanwhile, Queensberry Promotions' Frank Warren believes fight fans will be in for a phenomenal event of action at Wembley. The 72-year-old who has Dubois in his stable has spoken exclusively to TNT Sports ahead of the card, and he insists he has no such fear about the man being able to handle the occasion, given that he has already fought the likes of Usyk and Jarrell Miller during his 23-fight career. Jarrell Miller? Who the hell cares about Big Baby? Fighting Big Baby ain't daunting. That's an idiot quote there from big old Frank. It's a big occasion, but he's been in the lion's den, he said. When he went to Poland, there were 45 to 50,000 Ukrainians there cheering their hero on. He went to the lion's den there. His last 3 fights, he's been the underdog in all of them. In his last 2, I think he really came of age. He's looking really good. He's shown what he's all about, gritting his teeth and having to grind out wins against undefeated fighters. His last 3 fighters were all undefeated fighters. He's fought better quality of opponent than AJ has. He's grown. I think the Usyk fight was the making of him. I really do, because he knows he could have won that fight. Instead, he went and quit it. Man said he could have won the fight, but he decided to quit instead. Get out of here, boy. Promoters are going to promote. There will be a stacked undercard at Wembley where Josh Warrington takes on Anthony Kakashi, while Josh Kelly now faces Ishmael Davis after Liam Smith was forced to withdraw with a virus. It is this IBF World Heavyweight clash between Dubois and Joshua that takes top billing though, with Warren predicting it will be a box office contest. As a fan, it doesn't get any better than this, he continued. You've got 2 massive punchers, Both have got big jabs, both are on a roll, and both are British. Fabulous crowd, the atmosphere is going to be phenomenal, and I think we're going to get a very, very exciting fight. It ain't going to go the distance. This is a phenomenal fight, a phenomenal card. Everything about it, all it is excitement. Excitement, excitement, excitement. Warren has also teased what path awaits the victor of this fight. The 21st of December Riyadh show, the rematch between Usyk and Tyson. He added, the winner of that, the two losers fight each other. They're big fights. Big, big fights. Now, this is a TNT Sports article because they're also showing the fight, as well as Sky Sports and as well as The Zone. Everybody's showing this fight. And this is a very big fight in terms of world boxing, let alone the British aspect of it. So at the end of the day, it's going to be pay-per-view. It's going to be £20 in the UK, $19.95, which is relatively cheap for pay-per-views as they go, because I know the pay-per-view stepped up to about £30. They started off about £15 over here. Kind of like started off a tenner, went to 15, then went to 20, then went to 25, then went to 29, 30 basically. And now, Sheikh's come in and said, nah, make the pay-per-view £20 so people buy it instead of streaming it. People still gonna stream it though, because there is just something in some people that say, I ain't paying for something that I can get for free, even though I might have to click a few ads and reset it every 5-10 minutes and and glitchy. I am not buying it just because I don't think I should have to buy a boxing fight. I should be able to watch this for nothing on TV. Why should I have to pay for anything? Boom, boom, boom. That's the format of boxing right now. So pay uno £20 and get the fight, you cheapskates. It's not like you're in America and you have to pay $80, $89, $100. You're paying £20. This is a stacked card. Get the fight on pay-per-view. Watch it. No glitches. Watch it nice and perfectly. Stop being cheapskates. The Sheikhs lowered the price for uno. Buy this on the platform where you watch it, pan. Yeah, hear me? The fight's going to happen. And we got people talking about the fight. They're asking boxers that have sparred with both guys, what do you think? What do you think about the fight? What do you think about the fight? What do you think? Who punches the hardest? Now, this is a stupid question for me. Because if that mattered, who punches the hardest? If it actually mattered, there's so many fights. I mean, look at Usyk and AJ. Look at Usyk and Dubois. Usyk don't punch as hard as AJ or as Dubois. But he beat AJ twice and he actually stopped Dubois. Dubois quit, said, I don't want to do this no more because of the punishment he was taking. He don't hit as hard as both of those two guys. So all of this who hits harder rubbish makes no sense, because I'm sure that Balanga hits harder than Canelo, but he couldn't land on Canelo to make Canelo respect his power. So it's all about how you deliver the power. Now, the general consensus, let's talk about two people in particular. Dave Allen and Lawrence Okoli. Both of these guys claim that Daniel Dubois hits harder than Anthony Joshua. Both of them have sparred both guys. At the same time, the determining factor isn't the fact that one can punch harder than the other. The factor is, can you land that power shot at the time when you need to? Derek Chisora makes a good point about crowd and atmosphere, build up, big stage situations. AJ is very much accustomed to this now. Because I can't remember the last time, apart from when it was the pandemic and he fought in front of nobody. I don't remember. I think that was a Pulev fight. I think the Pulev fight was behind closed doors in the pandemic. Apart from that, AJ only fights in the stadiums. He only fights in big stadium settings or the biggest stages around the world, like when he fought at MSG, when he lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. The biggest place in New York you could fight is MSG. MSG is one of them places what they call the Mecca of boxing and such like. He's always fighting on the big stage. Daniel Dubois, on the other hand, he's like a deer in the headlights with this situation because he's not normally fighting on the biggest stages. If he is on a big stage, card is on the undercard. He's never the main event, apart from when he went to Poland and fought in front of 50,000 against Usyk, where he was grinded down to a halt and stopped. Now, once they get in the ring, they can probably both block out the crowd and get to work. So in that sense, I don't think Daniel Dubois would be too daunted by the crowd or by anything like that once he's in the ring. He's been fighting on bigger and bigger stages more recently, so I'm not sure if that would be such a factor. But I do believe it will have some sort of bearing on the comfort levels of both fighters leading up to this fight. Once they get into the ring though, I think with the training that they've both had recently, the coaches that they've now both got recently, I think it's set up for Anthony Joshua to win. Because Anthony Joshua is fighting a lot more cerebral with power, but not like a pure boxer, more boxer puncher, just a cerebral type boxer puncher. And Daniel Dubois is settling into this brawler, pressure, fighter type boxer. The plus what Daniel Dubois has for me as a brawler, pressure fighter is that he has a better technique than most pressure fighters. So most pressure fighters look quite messy when they're delivering their stuff, where Daniel Dubois looks a lot more poised and calculated with his aggression and pressure that he applies. At the same time, he does leave himself susceptible to get hit quite frequently, as we saw in his last 2 to 3 fights. What I can say is that maybe Anthony Joshua don't hit as hard as Dubois, but he definitely hits harder than Hrgović. And Hrgović was slapping up Dubois with them left and right hooks, especially that backhand. That right hand was connecting with Daniel Dubois at will. Daniel Dubois weathered the storm and came through to win. But if you allow AJ to put them type of shots on your jaw, like Hrgović did, bro, you're going to sleep. You're going to sleep, bro. I've seen lesser man put you down, bro. Yeah? AJ never got dropped by Usyk once. Usyk never only dropped you, he also stopped you, my guy. Okay? Let's just have it right. And then, when you go back, when you fought Kevin Lerena, my guy, yeah, he dropped you 3 times, my guy, in 1 round. To be fair to you, I think they saved you in this fight, because once he dropped you 3 times in the first round, there used to be a 3 knockdown rule. You're supposed to have lost that fight after them 3 knockdowns. But true say, you were at home and it was at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on a big night, Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora. They allowed you to carry on. I don't know how. Because the 3 knockdown rule, you're supposed to be out of there. You're supposed to be see you later. Fight done. But they didn't, and you carried on and you knocked him down twice. And once you knocked him down twice, they stopped the fight quick. To say, yeah, he's won. Which I don't think was fair. But you got away with that. And at the same time, if you're letting this little cruiserweight Donny put you on the backside, and there's other fighters that's put you on your backside. Yeah, let's not even go about that. I just wanted to talk about this Kevin Lerena fight where you got knocked down 3 times in that round. Yeah. For me, bro, yeah, I don't think you stand a chance. Personally, I don't think you stand a chance against Anthony Joshua. At the same time, you do have a puncher's chance because everybody says how hard you punch. And if you land flush, who knows, anything can happen. But you've been knocked down and knocked out more than Anthony Joshua has. So I don't know why people think, because people are always questioning Anthony Joshua's chin, always questioning Anthony Joshua's mental health when it comes to him getting hit. When these times, no one's questioning Dubois, and Dubois has quit from at least 2 fights. He quit against Joe Joyce. Okay, your eye was hurt and stuff. I hear that. Cool. You're in the fight game, guys. Come, this is part and parcel. That's an occupational hazard. You quit. And then against Usyk, you actually quit again, and there was nothing wrong with you apart from you got knocked down, or you was, I don't know, he might have winded you or something, but you quit. So there's 2 fights that you quit. I ain't never seen AJ quit. To be fair, you couldn't say that he quit against Andy Ruiz, but I don't call that quitting. I don't call that quitting, in all honesty. But a lot of people do call that quitting. I can understand it, because he got up, he turned away from the ref, he walked back to the ropes, he spat his gum shield out. The ref said, "Are you willing to go on?" And he did not say yes. He did not categorically say yes. So it can be classed as a quit. But if you want to put that as a quit, I don't put that as a quit. But if you want to put that as a quit, fine. So, in saying that, they've both improved over the years. And this sparring stuff they're talking about, they always talking about this sparring situation that happened years ago, 2011 or 2013 when they sparred. Anthony Joshua wasn't even properly a pro yet. He was just having maybe 1 or 2 fights as a pro, even if. And Dubois was a teenager and he was an amateur. Now, he might have caught Anthony Joshua and wobbled him, because that's what the word is. We got Fraser Clark and Joe Joyce. They were there and they saw it. And they're on the thing like, we don't talk about sparring stories and blah, blah, blah. But secretly, they've also said that, yeah, you know what he did? He knocked him, he rocked him. He rocked him in there. but he never dropped him. But so, to be fair, the sparring stories don't even matter because sparring is sparring, and that was almost a decade ago now. Actually, that was over a decade ago. Now, so that doesn't count. That don't matter anymore. It's about this fight. AJ is gonna stop this guy 7, 8, or 9, that type of area, in my opinion. Looking forward to this fight. It's gonna be very exciting. I want to see Dubois make me have to come back here and apologize to everybody and say I doubted him and he proved me wrong. That's what I want to see. Other than that, I can only see Anthony Joshua winning this fight as things stand. So we're going to talk about this again after the fight to review the aftermath. I will see you guys in the next video.